As a native British Hong Kong resident, you must know the city boundary stone in the city of Victoria. Since the British Hong Kong government had acquired Hong Kong Island, she established a city boundary on Hong Kong Island, also known as the city boundary of the city of Victoria. Each city boundary stone is engraved with a verse as a marker. Prior to December 2021, there were 6 city boundary stones in the city of Victoria discovered in Hong Kong, and 1 has disappeared. However, some hackers discovered 3 city boundary stones in the city of Victoria in mid-December 2021 suddenly. All of the new city boundary stones which were located within the hillside. Many people may walk along city boundary stones from west to east, as known as from the 1st to the 9th in the order. We decided to do it reversely from east to west, and take the safest route, finding the 10 discovered city boundary stones. Basically, the route is from Happy Valley to Kennedy Town. Let's try to use a safer route to explore the 10 city boundary stones that have been discovered up to now, including the new city boundary stones were within the hillside, and also the buried city boundary stones that have been moved. We hope you can deepen your understanding of the cultural artifacts in the past. As for the historical points behind the city boundary stones, we will describe them in detail later. For the first stop, we go to Wong Nei Chung Road City Boundary Stone, which is close to Causeway Bay. It is not only close to Causeway Bay, but also close to Happy Valley. It is the city boundary stone number 6 in the city of Victoria. Let's start from Causeway Bay. We cross Leighton Road firstly, and then walk up Wong Nei Chung Road. Whenever you see St. Paul's Catholic Primary School, it means the city boundary stone is nearby. Opposite the school is the Happy Valley Playground, and the city boundary stone is located in the corner of the park. The Wong Nei Chung Road city boundary stone is only erected on the side of Wong Nei Chung Road, and it is also the easiest city boundary stone that you can find. Why is stated it is the easiest one? In fact, most of the exposed city boundary stones are located next to the retaining walls or hillside. The city boundary stone in Wong Nei Chung Road is a city boundary stone closer to Ha Wan in the city of Victoria. As we all know, Shan Wan, Central, and Western District. But do you know where Ha Wan is? We will first look for the city boundary stone closer to the Ha Wan area, hoping that you will have a basic understanding of the city boundary stone in the city of Victoria. In fact, the city boundary stone in the city of Victoria is a cultural artifact during the British colonial period. Each of them is a square stone pillar with a height of about 1 meter. After that, let's go from Wong Nei Chung Road to Happy Valley Tram Station and turn to Shingwell Road, past Wong Nei Chung Municipal Service Building and Happy Valley Post Office. Then turning to Blue Pool Road. Go straight up to Green Lane or Brum Road, later crossing the long staircase. Go straight to the Green Lane Surface Reservoir sitting out area, crossing and go to another entrance. And you can go straight to the roundabout of Sturps Road and Bowen Road. The city boundary stone number 5 is located near the Mirage Stone. In fact, it is about half a kilometer away from the intersection of Sturps Road. On the opposite road, there is the Green Lane Surface Reservoir sitting out area. It is probably at the junction of Bowen Road and Sturps Road. When you walk from the roundabout towards Wan Chai, you may notice that the city boundary stone is next to the second staircase. You may find that the city boundary stone number 5 will be in front of you. The route is also known as Wan Chai Mid-Levels. On the top of the stairs, you will see Rosary Hill School, the private residence, the St. Mead and High Cliff, and below the school is the Evergreen Villa. The third stop that we will talk about is the Rosary Hill City Boundary Stone. It is the same as the city boundary stone number 10, which was first discovered on December 12, 2021, so called the city boundary stone number 9. The city boundary stone number 9 is not far from the Rosary Hill School, which is located on the hillside, at the south of the Rosary Hill School. The city boundary stone is about 212 meters above sea level. The hillside of Rosary Hill is very complicated and difficult to navigate. There are several routes and entries towards the city boundary stone number 9 in fact. The city boundary stone number 9 is not far from the city boundary stone number 5. In fact, we start from number 5 as one of the routes of number 9, which is next to the entrance of the Rosary Hill School. There is a small gap on the right side of the gate, and there are ribbons which you may follow along the way to the city boundary stone. Just follow the small gap and walk up to the hillside. When you are almost at the end, just turn left and walk along the side of the canal. After that, you will see 2 large canals, but the middle of the canals is not too safe. You must be equipped enough to move forward continually. In fact, when you go straight forward to the engineering stairs, you will finally reach the surface reservoir after crossing the canal. Actually, there is another route that can reach the surface reservoir. We also try to start from the Black Link as the entrance. Firstly, we went to Wangjiai Gap Park and start from the roundabout, heading to the Black Link. We go straight forward according to the Black Link until there is a large engineering stairs. Follow the engineering stair and go downward. There is a large grassland beside the surface reservoir when you reach the end of the stairs. The surface reservoir, named Middle Gap Freshwater Surface Reservoir, is different from the surface reservoirs built in the 1960s and 1980s. It was built in the 1930s. After passing through the surface reservoir, there are some CCTVs and a security pavilion. Just pass through the road and you will see another surface reservoir. As a result, you may find that the location of the second surface reservoir, named Mount Nicholson Freshwater Surface Reservoir, is the meeting point of the first route. Remember the Mount Nicholson Freshwater Surface Reservoir. You may walk a few steps along the canal and turn left. It is suggested that you may walk downward to the hillside area and follow the ribbon to guide your way. If you want to find the city boundary stones, especially the 3 new city boundary stones within the hillside routes, it is recommended to wear hiking shoes with anti-slip function. Also, gloves are more necessary to avoid sand and mud, and also avoid being staked by thorns. Once you want to walk along 10 city boundary zones within a day, remember to reserve adequate time. It is recommended to start in the early morning. You may better carry your headlights in case you need it. However, if you go through 10 city boundary zones at a time, we do not recommend taking the 3 new city boundary zones at the end. You must complete the 3 new city boundary zones before the dark. There is a small platform below the surface reservoir, but it is actually a cliff. There is a strange-shaped stone on the platform. According to the data, it is called a Templar Stone. There is a small hillside road behind the Templar Stone, and you may just follow the ribbons which lead the way, so it can be rest assured. Although the city boundary stone number 9 section is more tortuous and longer than the other city boundary stones, the road in the hillside is still clear. If you pay attention carefully, you may find that the city boundary stone is built with granite. Talking about the history of the city boundary stone, Britain landed and acquired Hong Kong Island in 1841. After that, she gradually developed into an urban area, and the city boundary stones were used as a marker to determine the specific scope of the city of Victoria on Hong Kong Island. When we look through the data, it was found that each city boundary stone was estimated to be about 500 meters apart. The English of city boundary stones in the city of Victoria can be literally translated as city boundary stones or city boundary marker. Although the city boundary stone is a square stone pillar, the top is tapered, and it is engraved with the words City Boundary 1903 in the front. When you reach the branches, turn left and you will pass the section of bamboo tunnel. After passing through the bamboo tunnel, you will reach a little platform. Turn right and go straight ahead. There is a city boundary stone number 9 which appeared in front of you finally. If you look down at the hillside, you will find that the Rosary Hill School is just under the hillside, within a few meters. It means that the city boundary stone number 9 is very close to the Rosary Hill School. The city boundary stone number 9 is actually not far from Rosary Hill School. A small hillside path can reach the barbecue site behind the school. However, the school has never opened a path for the public to visit the city boundary stone. Everyone, please go back to the hillside and return to the Black Link or else to the small gate next to the Rosary Hill School. If you want to walk along all of the city boundary stones within a day, we recommend starting from the city boundary stone number 5 and enter the path next to the Rosary Hill School. Then you may leave at the Black Link. As a result, you may go to the city boundary stone number 7 and number 4 continually. Among the 10 city boundary stones, basically all have been exposed. However, one of them has been buried. What I am talking about is the unaccounted city boundary stone number 7. which is the Magazine Gap Road City Boundary Stone. To walk from the City Boundary Stone number 9 to the City Boundary Stone number 7, there are 2 ways to go. You may turn back to the Black Sling and Wan Chai Cat Park, then go to the Peak Road from the roundabout and to the Magazine Gap Road via the Peak Road. Or else, you may go downward to the Bull Run Road, then go towards Dutch Lane and pass by the Magazine Gap Surface Reservoir Playground. You can also go to the City Boundary Stone number 7. The City Boundary Stone number 7 is originally located at number 15 Magazine Gap Road in the mid-levels, with about 212 meters above the sea level. The City Boundary Stone number 7 is probably at the corner of the wall. However, the City Boundary Stone is still disappearing and is now covered by the tree roots. It is only regularly visible that the stone wall has some traces of repair. It is estimated that the City Boundary Stone number 7 was removed and the wall was filled. In fact, those evidence show the City Boundary Stone number 7 was removed in June 2007. The situation attracted attention from people from all walks of life. However, the Antiquities and Monuments Office said that the whereabouts are unknown in the end. Also, no one was responsible for removing the City Boundary Stone number 7, and the situation was over after the speech. As a result, the City Boundary Stone number 7 has been lost and has not been officially recorded. Let's go to another stop. We continue to stay in the Hong Kong mid-levels and heading to the Old Peak Road City Boundary Stone. It is the City Boundary Stone number 4, which is located at the junction of the Old Peak Road and Chicken Path. The City Boundary Stone do have a long history because it has experienced during the World War II and the expansion of the city of Victoria. The City Boundary Stone may have gradually disappeared because of this. Some have been demolished, some have been moved, and the City Boundary Stone number 7 is the best example of being taken down after exposure. If you walk from the City Boundary Stone number 7 to the City Boundary Stone number 4, you may walk along Magazine Gap Road to the Peak Tram Main Road Station. After you reach the Peak Tram Station, turn to Chicken Path. You will pass through lots of mansions, such as May Tower, Chicken Tower, etc. When you walk to the junction of Chicken Path via the Old Peak Road, you may find that the City Boundary Stone number 4 is on the roadside. It is about 10 minutes walk from the Peak Tram Station to the City Boundary Stone number 4. Besides, it is only a 1 minute walk from the pavilion. The City Boundary Stone number 4 is just about a few meters. The Old Peak Road City Boundary Stone is located on the mountainside, which is also close to the roadside. It is the City Boundary Stone number 4 of the City Boundary Stone in the city of Victoria. It is placed under the stone wall. Tree roots can be seen beside the City Boundary Stone. The city is officially called the City of Victoria in English because the incumbent of the British Hong Kong government at that time was Queen Victoria. So the Queen named the city as the City of Victoria. Hong Kong has a long history of about 180 years, and the reign of Queen Victoria was the most glorious golden age of the British Empire. The British Empire brought many wonderful things to Hong Kong, making Hong Kong a literary society. Hong Kong became a colonial capital of the British Empire, which should be an honorable case. If you want to go directly from the City Boundary Stone number 4 to the City Boundary Stone number 3, we recommend to walk along Conduit Road until the end. Let's walk downward to Robinson Road. You may see the Hong Kong Zoological and Botanical Gardens on the opposite side. Turn left to Conduit Road until the end of the road. It is halfway of the schedule. After that, we exactly reach the Hatton Road in Long Fu Shan. We believe the Hatton Road City Boundary Stone is another City Boundary Stone that is especially easy to find. It is the City Boundary Stone number 3 of the City Boundary Stones in the city of Victoria. The location is about 400 meters away from the Cotterill Road, which is near Long Fu Shan Public Toilet and Pavilion number 16. It is just a 2 minutes walk to the City Boundary Stone number 3. In addition, the location of City Boundary Stone number 3 is the way to go up to the Long Fu Shan Country Park, and it is also very close to the Pinewood Battery of Long Fu Shan. The City Boundary Stone number 3 is about 212 meters above sea level, and it is also another City Boundary Stone near the roadside. What is noteworthy is that the City Boundary Stone number 3 is the most important one among the 10 City Boundary Stones, because there is an official display panel next to the City Boundary Stone number 3. The display panel introduces the history of the City of Victoria and the City Boundary Stones. Nevertheless, Even if the city boundary stone is a famous historical relic of the British colony, the Hong Kong officials has not listed the city boundary stones as a declared monuments. There are 2 city boundary stones discovered in Long Fu Shan Country Park, in addition to the city boundary stone number 3, which has been exposed already. There is another city boundary stone that was first seen on December 5th, 2021. In sequence order, it is the city boundary stone number 8 of the city boundary stones in the city of Victoria. In fact, as long as you continue to walk along Long Fu Shan Country Park, you will find the city boundary stone number 8, which is about 500 meters away from the city boundary stone number 3. However, the city boundary stone number 8 is hidden between the hillside. In fact, the city boundary stone number 8 is also in the country park and located on the hillside below Hatton Road, at the southwest of Long Fu Shan. The 2 city boundary stones in Long Fu Shan Country Park are also about 212 meters above the sea level. As long as you turn towards the Long Fu Shan Pavilion and Long Fu Shan Waterfall, you may continue to walk downward until you see 2 Buddha statues on the roadside. The second Buddha statue is next to the Pavilion number 2, and the hillside opposite the pavilion is the entrance of the city boundary stone number 8. Going down the hillside beside Hatton Road, there will always orange ribbon to guide your way. Note that the road on the hillside is rugged, covered with vines, sand, and mud, like foothills. Therefore, please remember to hold on to the solar tree trunks around you before proceeding to the next step. The hillside section is definitely tight, which is not suitable for beginners. It can be seen from the map that there is a long distance between the Old Peak Road city boundary stones and the Hatton Road city boundary stone in Long Fu Shan. In the middle, there are all mentioned areas. Is it because the city boundary stone between this section has not been found, or else the original city boundary stones was demolished because of the building of such mansions? The city of Victoria is basically divided into east, south, west, and north. If you want to divide the boundaries, the east is probably from Causeway Bay to Wong Nei Chung, the south is Long Fu Shan, the west is about Kennedy Town currently, and the north is about the harbour. As for the question of how many city boundary stones originally, we did not have a correct answer because no information has ever mentioned how many city boundary stones were there in the city of Victoria. We only know that 10 city boundary stones have been exposed so far. The city boundary stone number 8 is easier than the city boundary stone number 9 in Rosary Hill and the city boundary stone number 10 in Mount Davis. The distance of city boundary stone number 8 is much shorter. You can see the city boundary stones in about 5 to 10 minutes, and it is easier to return to the roadside. However, the surface of the city boundary stone number 8 was painted in white. It seems someone wanted to make the inscription city boundary 1903 on the city boundary stone Kira. But in fact, as this historical relic could have been smeared, do you have any knowledge of colonial history? The most impressive part of the city boundary stone in the city of Victoria is the description of city boundary 1903, engraved in the middle of each stone marker. In fact, the city boundary stones in the city of Victoria is also called the city boundary stone of 4 rings and 9 confidence of the Chinese, and pronounced as city boundary stone of Sei Wan Gao Ye in Cantonese. We will talk about the details later. Leaving Long Fu Shan Country Park, let's go down to Big Shan Path to Portview Road, and then turn to Portview Lam Road. You may reach another city boundary stone. Portview Lam Road city boundary stone is located at the Sandy Bay Gap. This is the city boundary stone number 2, at the junction of Portview Lam Road and Smithfield, near Fu Lam Garden and the Portview Lam Road Playground. The correct location of the city boundary stone number 2 is 84 Portview Lam Road, which is next to the lamppost number 48907 beside the pedestrian tunnel. But why the Portview Lam Road city boundary stone is near the roadside? Due to the slope maintenance project, the city boundary stone number 2 was first moved about 500 meters to the south and finally placed next to the pedestrian tunnel on Portview Lam Road, according to the data. Whenever you walk downward from Portview Lam Road to Kennedy Town, you may continue to the west and reach the city boundary stone number 10. It is the Mount Davis city boundary stone, which was first discovered on December 12, 2021. It is hidden in the hillside of Mount Davis Cottage area. As it was discovered at the very last, it is named as the city boundary stone number 10. The entrance of the city boundary stone number 10 is located on Victoria Road. After you pass the Victoria Road Dental Clinic and the service station, just walk forward continually. Subsequent to passing the bus station, walking straight forward until you see another stairs, which are probably diagonally opposite Surrey Court. The city boundary zone number 10 is located in the northwest of Mount Davis, which is about 140 meters above sea level. The actual location should be on the hillside between the south of Victoria Road, Mount Davis, and the Mount Davis Cottage area. Follow the stairs and go straight up to the top. Be aware that some stairs are loose. You must be careful to cross those stairs. According to the Hong Kong Government Gazette from the British Hong Kong government at that time, the word city boundary on the city boundary stone symbolized the city boundary in the city of Victoria, and the number 1903 represented the city boundary stone established at the end of the year 1903. When you walk to the top of the stairs, you will see the stove in front of the stairs. After that, you may find the hillside section behind. At that time, the British Hong Kong government demarcated the city boundary of the city of Victoria. The purpose is to let the public know the scope of the city of Victoria. Those city boundary stones and city boundary markers were erected in the urban area. Climbing up the hillside, the whole journey is covered with thorns, sand, and mud, surrounded by vines, and there are sharp branches on the ground. This hillside section is the most dangerous among the 10 city boundary stones because it is the steepest. If you go exploring the city boundary stones, you need to climb on the hillside. It is definitely a section of the city boundary stone that is not suitable for beginners. You must have experience and equipment to go ahead, and please do not take risks. Basically, except for the 3 city boundary stones between the hillsides, the difficulty of the rest 7 city boundary stones are only contact scores of half star to 1 star. Some are even placed on the roadside, which is super easy to find. There are only the 3 new city boundary stones needed to burst into the hillside. The city boundary stone number 10 is the one that requires the greatest physical strength. It is a large range of up and down slope, and it is easy to stumble. Please be reminded that to find more friends to go with and to take care of you. Since I have just mentioned the 4 rings and 9 companies pronounced as 四環九日 in Cantonese, which is spoken by the Chinese. In fact, it is so easy to understand about the city of Victoria. The pronunciation of the Chinese word 環 is similar to another Chinese word 灣, and the word 日 is the management unit of the Qing dynasty. At that time, the area around the city of Victoria was divided into 4, including Ha Wan, Shan Wan, Central, and the Western District, among which Ha Wan refers to the current locations of Wan Chai and Causeway Bay. As far as the 9 boundaries of Hong Kong Island are concerned, they are Kennedy Town to Shat Tong Choi, Shat Tong Choi to Sai Ying Pun, Sai Ying Pun to Connaught Road West, Connaught Road West to Shan Wan Market, Shan Wan Market to Central Market, Central Market to Arsenal Street, Arsenal Street to Wan Chai Road, Wan Chai Road to Cannon Road Flyover, and also Cannon Road Flyover to Causeway Bay. Those were been leading the way continuously, and one of the hillside is the steepest. Luckily, somebody has already tied the red rope, and we can go up by holding the rope tightly. When you return to the original road, please be careful as it is much more dangerous. Therefore, please be reminded that wear a pair of hiking shoes with non-slip function and a pair of gloves as the essential equipment. If you are not equipped enough, it is absolutely not recommended to take the risk. After you climb for a few minutes, you will pass through a bamboo tunnel. When you see the bamboo, you must pay attention to the direction of your right-hand side, because the city boundary stone number 10 will be in front of you. When we pass through the bamboo, we will continue go upward towards the right direction. And we finally see the city boundary stone number 10. The city boundary stone number 10 stands on the hillside of Mount Davis Cottage area. Luckily, the city boundary stone is also still well preserved. Not far from the city boundary stone number 10 in Mount Davis, you may easily find another city boundary stone in Kennedy Town. The location of City Boundary Zone Number 1 is at the Kennedy Town Temporary Playground on Signing Street, which is north of Victoria Road. The City Boundary Zone Number 1 is also known as the Signing Street City Boundary Zone. It is only a 3-minute walk from the Kennedy Town bus terminal. The City Boundary Zone Number 1 is placed near the west entrance of the playground, facing Serene Court, which is the west boundary of the City of Victoria. Why I stated the City Boundary Zone Number 1 is being placed? It is because the City Boundary Zone Number 1 was not originally placed in the playground, but it was located in the Serene Court. Nevertheless, it was suggested by the Urban Council in 1978 that it should be moved to the temporary playground in order to avoid being covered by waste. At present, the City Boundary Zone Number 1 is located in the temporary playground. However, the temporary playground was closed during the Wuhan pneumonia, and all public are prohibited to enter. It is even more unbelievable that the relevant party even placed the trash next to the City Boundary Zone Number 1. In fact, does this a little bit not respect to the local historical relics? Walking through the 10 city boundary zones in the city of Victoria from dawn to dusk, you may see the great sunset to a large extent. The City Boundary Zone Number 1 and the seaside is nearby, where you can face Qingzhou, or else you may walk up Victoria Road for about 10 minutes walk in order to reach the Saiwan swimming shaft. It is very popular for watching the sunsets in Hong Kong. It is much more interesting and has an underlying meaning of the city boundary zones of the city of Victoria by the end of above sunset scenery. If you find our content that suits for you, please do not hesitate to subscribe our YouTube channel, and remember to click the logo of a bell for the latest notice.